All right, let me try something. Your Honor, I'm afraid it's impossible for my client to plead when there's no offense alleged.
Nice try. But the offense is clearly alleged. Sunbathing topless on a public beach, despite repeated past warnings.
Yeah, but according to the police report, the officer arrived and found Ms. Wagstaff in the water up to her neck, and there's no record of any complaint prior to that moment.
So?
So, by ordering her out of the water, the officer created the very offense with which my client is charged.
You're kidding me, right? First of all, that's a question for a jury.
If Your Honor really thinks that's the best use of judicial resources.
Do you have a witness who could testify that they were offended by Miss Wagstaff before the officer ordered her out of the water?
Not at the moment, Your Honor.
Do you know what this is? It's my docket for today. Miss Wagstaff, keep your damn top on from now on. Charge dismissed.
So this is one of the things that's television dramas or television shows love to do, which is sensationalize and fast forward. So the stage of the proceeding that they're talking about in this case is an arraignment. At arraignment is where you discuss bail, release, terms and conditions of release, but you don't necessarily get into the facts of the case. So what he's arguing is what you would call a demurrer. A demurrer says on the face of the complaint, there is no charge alleged. However, everything that's alleged in the complaint must be deemed true. So while the judge is trying to effectuate judicial economy, in fact, she's going beyond the scope of her role as a judicial officer in this case. So she could encourage a dismissal by the prosecutor based on factual basis, but legally cannot rule because she's got to assume everything in the complaint is true. So at this stage of the proceeding, you're answering a few questions. What are the charges that are being presented by the prosecutor? Is this person likely to appear for future court dates, which is the issue of bail? And the two answers we have to answer for any bail hearing is this person a danger to society? And is this person likely to flee? Based on the show, she's not a danger to society, so that prong is very easily met. And is she likely to flee? Argument can be made if she's at prior arrest, maybe, but she's in court. So most cases, like in California, they would have probably let her out on her own recognizance, no bail, let her come back for a pretrial hearing, at which point you can then bring into evidentiary challenges.